I feel unstoppable after that, I feel unstoppable. And all the things, I built this place when I was 37 weeks pregnant. I built this entire place, I just push myself so hard to do a lot of things.
Well, what I would like to say is stop living your past life, because the past is past. It has nothing to do with what you are today.
Hola, 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 ¿cómo estás? Welcome back to my channel. This is MZungus Pebbles. Thank you for stopping by. It's a pleasure having you here, my lovelies. How are you guys doing tonight? It is late at night on a Thursday night. Perhaps it's almost Friday morning. I don't know because I don't want to look at the time. But I know I had to come here and do this video for you guys because Madam Parasite said some things today. And I know that many people reacted on it before or already, I should say. But guess what? I have my own opinion. So, she used to be my niece. She's not anymore after she left the swamp. But I have to come here and address it, okay? So let's get into some of the things that Madame Parasite said while she was in her junkyard in Argentina baking her banana bread. Or was it banana pudding? What was it, guys? It did look good, though. It didn't look bad at all. Did not look bad at all. So all this time she was in the villa pretending as if she couldn't cook, she couldn't bake. She didn't know how to use, pots and pans. But now she's in Argentina. Every single video, she is fixing something. She is cooking something. She is, renovating something. She is hands-on with every single thing in Argentina. Why? Because she doesn't have any help anymore. Anyway, let's get into it. Her video should have been titled, Marwa abandoned me. He left me for dead. He abandoned me. I couldn't believe she said that. Seriously. I couldn't believe it, but then after a while I realized why she is doing this. So Rocio said that she was ready to allow her body to become a vessel for a new soul when she went to Africa. She was trying to explain to people that she had this wonderful, wonderful life in Mexico. Literally, this girl said that her music career was about to take off because she had already finished an album, her and her friend, her guy friend, of course, had already finished an album for her to release this album. But guess what? Something came in the way and told her she needs to go to Africa. She was about to go on tour with Ricky Martin and Shakira, and everybody like, you dance like that? No, I'm serious. The girl said she was about to go on tour. Imagine. Guys, have you watched Rocio's old videos? Have you seen her performing anywhere? She said she performed on a big stage because this is where she was at the point in her life when she was in Mexico. She was performing on big stages, already performing some of her original music, not copies, her original songs. She was about to move from one city to go to the big city in Mexico where she would have blown up and eventually perhaps, be invited on, America Got Talent or come to New York to do a show or a Broadway show or end up in California in Los Angeles. This is the way Rocio was making it sound like, hey, I was on top of the world in Mexico. And then this man saw me and came into my life and made all these promises to me. And I uproot myself. and left Mexico for him and went to Africa. Now, she didn't say Kenya. She said Africa. So you all don't come for me and say Africa is a continent. I know it's a continent. I'm just repeating what this woman said. Okay? And then her life changed because her career just went down the drain after she went to Africa. Those were her words. Okay? Because after she got to Africa, she got knocked up, got pregnant, and she was pregnant for a long time. And her career was on hold for an entire year because, carrying a baby. She couldn't do anything. She didn't feel like doing anything. And Marwa promised to take good care of her and make her rich and put her name in the house and marry her. He promised her marriage and he didn't marry her. So, in other words, seriously, guys. In other words, Rocio basically was telling the world today that she gave up her life for I am Marwa. She gave up her life, her fabulous life in Mexico, her career, everything that she had, and went to Kenya just for I am Marwa because of whatever promises he promised her. And right now she's having regrets. She didn't have to come out and say those words, but yes, that's what she meant. She's having regrets. Now, if I can recall, when Rocio went to the villa, okay? When she went to the villa, imagine a woman who had this huge life, this fabulous life in Mexico. Why would you go visit someone? You have your one little bag that you carry with 3 pieces of clothes. If you all can remember, the green top and the green pants. She didn't even have lotion. And we've discussed this many times. Marwa had to buy her lotion or deodorant or whatever, the feminine stuff that women should travel with. He had to buy that in the store that very same day when she arrived. You're going to tell me that you had this fabulous life and this is all you had, that's all your belongings that you came with, and you had this fabulous life in Mexico where you apparently was supposed to be, on world stage right now if you didn't do this little detour? Come on, Rocio, come on. So anyway, let me just go word for word of some of the things that she said. She said she was ready at the time when she got pregnant. She was ready to allow her body to become a vessel for a new soul. Now, Rocio, we know that part is a lie because when you went to the villa, you went there for the party and you ended up staying there longer than 3 months. And within that 3 months, you got pregnant accidentally because you were not on birth control. That's why you got pregnant. So it was an accidental pregnancy. You yourself stated when people were pressuring you to have this child, you yourself stated that people shouldn't be pressuring you to have a child. But a few weeks later, you announced that you were pregnant. So stop. Stop right there. Stop the lies, okay? And the name and the blaming on one person. She thought becoming a mother would push her agenda for the things she wanted to receive and manifest in life and in her career. Her career was always in control of her life. So in other words, she was saying that her son is a blessing. And yes, of course, he is a blessing because he's here. But I do believe that if you get a chance to redo this, you would not choose to have a child with I am Marwa. Perhaps with someone else, but it wouldn't be with I am Marwa. So stop, Rocio. Stop the nonsense. Stop the bullshit. Stop talking nonsense to people. And those subscribers sit there and cheering you on and believe in you with all these lies that you're telling. She said when she got pregnant, aka knocked up, she took a big rest from her career, which I mentioned earlier. She was angry that she paused her career and her creativity and paused a lot of things. What things did you pause, Rocio? You had nothing in Mexico. What did you pause? Please. You had absolutely nothing when you were in Mexico. That was not a career. Singing in bars every single night. You yourself said, or it was Marwa, I don't know which one of you said, that all you made every single night was $50 and you only worked 3 nights per week. So you made $150 per week. Per week, Rocio. You could have hardly afford to live in an apartment by yourself. You had to share space with someone. Come on, Rocio. You didn't have a fabulous career in Mexico. You did not. You were struggling when you met Marwa. In fact, you said that sometimes you go out on dates, the online dates that you meet, you go out just to get dinner from them. You said that in one of your videos, that you would go out and eat and then go back home. And we also saw the video of you and I am Marwa, where he brought a spread of stuff for you and you were just yucking the food like you were starving. I'm serious. Come on, girl. Stop. Stop. Okay? Stop. What else did this girl say? She said her pregnancy helped her to rewind or, sort of reinvent herself and to get her feminine energy back. Listen, sometimes when Rocio talk, you can't understand what she's saying because she talk a bunch of nonsense. So my notes is all over the place. I kind of got the notes from the transcript, but even the transcript couldn't understand her. The transcript could not follow this girl because all the nonsense that she talks about is all over the place. All over the place. Like I said, she wanted her pregnancy to her pregnancy help her to reconnect with her, feminine energy and, more internal self. And now she's more into feminine energy versus masculine energy. Her feminine energy is balanced. The masculine energy is not really there like it used to be. Oh my God, I can't. She said after birth, she worked on an album with her friend, her guy friend. But postpartum got in the way. She tried to reinvent herself again, to become the singer after she had a child, but she couldn't do it. She couldn't connect with the music that she was doing, all those love songs, desperation to find a man and to find true love. She couldn't connect with those songs anymore. So now she wants to reinvent herself, and she is producing, her and her friend, I guess the friend is the producer, will produce a brand new album where she wants to connect with her roots from Argentina. Her Spanish, no, not her Spanish roots. Not her Spanish roots. Do not say it, Pebbles, because she will correct you. Argentinian roots, okay? That's what she wants to connect with. And that's her roots that she's going back to in her music. So I guess we will be hearing more Spanish songs. That's what she said. Oh, she said she tried to become a new version of herself. But it was happiness and sadness because now she has a child, but at the same time she wants to do all these other things. She wants to do her music. She wants to be alive again. But she has a child and now she has to be a mother to this child. So she had happiness and sadness in her life because here is a new birth of herself, a new vision, a new version of herself. But then at the same time, she was still holding on to a piece of the old version of herself. said she couldn't understand how she didn't have any support. Because as for her partner Marwa, she was broken about this story of how he abandoned her at the child's birth. When she was given birth, how Marwa abandoned her.
I didn't have a lot of support in that moment when it comes to my partner. And of course, I was very broken about the story of my birth because I totally felt left alone. I felt abandoned by my partner, and that is something that I'm still healing till today. So, of course, my postpartum was very, very difficult. And I never really talked deeply about it.
We all know the story that, you know, he even himself mentioned it, that he fell asleep after 20 something hours. He ended up falling asleep. So first, I heard that he chased her. She told him to get out of the room, I guess, because you know Marwa. He has this thing about him that he likes to tell you what to do, no matter what it is. So here she is, in labor, going through labor, and it was her choice to have this child at home, in water and all these things, special things that she wanted. And I guess these things were not working, and she was frustrated. Marwa was frustrated. The parents probably got frustrated, and the midwife also got frustrated. So it was probably chaos inside that room, in that small space that you saw her in, the garage. And perhaps Marwa was telling her, Mom, no, Mom, don't do it like that, Mom. No, Mom, don't put your leg like that, Mom. Push, Mom. Mom, don't cry so loud, Mom. And she got tired of him and told him to leave. And so he left after 20 hours and went over to the parents' house and fell asleep in the couch. That's what he did. And she could never, ever forgive him for doing that. So she had to bring that up today. Why did she have to bring this up again for the umpteenth time again today? Because Rocio is seeking pity from these subscribers. Rocio realized that, okay, she's no longer at the villa. People are realizing that they're not going to be together again. Slowly, even the ones who are saying, oh, reactors are stupid. You're going to see when she go back, we're going to laugh at you. They're now realizing that this girl is not going back. She's not going back. So she has to slowly find a way to, break this to the subscribers. Explain to them why. These are some of the reasons why I made this decision to leave Marwa, but she doesn't want to come out and say these things. So she has to bring up little small things like this. Well, this is a big thing, of course, because no woman should be abandoned during childbirth. But Rocio is right now pretending as if she is the only one who has ever gone through childbirth. Give me a break, Rocio. You know how many women out there whose husband were not around? Yes, many of them were, but many women, especially the ones who their husbands are away in the army or in the navy or whatever, doing service. Come on, Rocio. These wives had to go through this labor by themselves or with family members. What about these women where, the baby doesn't have a daddy? These women have to go through labor by themselves. You're pretending as if you're the only woman in this world. The only woman who has had a child in this world, Rocio. We're sick of hearing about you crying about you and this baby and what happened when you had this baby and how Marwa left you. We are sick and tired of it. Sick and tired of it. It's stale right now. You're only doing this because you want pity from these people. See, your album is probably coming out soon. You want these people to send you money. So you have this Pity story. And it's the same thing that Dee Mwango does. It's the same thing that Marwa does. Their pity story from God knows when. They keep repeating the same pity story so people can feel sorry for them and be like, oh my goodness, she went through this. And many people are right now on Rocio's side because of this. Many, many people are on her side because of this. Oh, I saw how badly Mara treated you. Yeah, he should not have done that. I don't blame you. You're happy in that space with your family right now. It doesn't matter. Don't go back. Oh, da 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 da. Yes, we all agree that he didn't treat her right, and he's not going to treat any woman right. But you knew how this man was, or you should have gotten to know him, I should say. All right. But you had an idea because you saw reactors reacting on him. You said you researched him when you met him. You saw reactors reacting on him. You saw what we said about his ex and what he did to his ex-girlfriend. So you had an idea. But you wanted Marwa for money. You wanted this come up and you got it off of Marwa. Now you're out here talking about you did all this by yourself. You know, everything is you. You're a selfish, greedy woman. You're selfish, Rocio, and you're greedy. Everything, this world it's not about you. Okay? You want people to cater to you 24/7. You're like a spoiled little child. That's why you're out here crying, pretending as if you're giving this TED talk. You're doing this, you're doing that. No, the entire video was bashing Marwa. And as much as, I react on Marwa, I don't think he should be 100% at fault for what happened between both of you. You should take responsibility as well. You're not a child, you're a grown-ass woman. Take responsibility as well. It took both of you to tango. In the beginning, all you were doing is laughing and doing fun stuff and and pretending as if you're happy and all this kind of stuff. You got knocked up on your own. You could have taken precautions as well. So don't blame him for every single thing that happened. No, I'm sorry. When you were in Kenya, you refused to lift a stone. You wouldn't touch anything. You wouldn't do anything around the house. You were Miss Princess. Perhaps if you were acting the way you're acting now in Argentina, being a mother and being a wife and being a woman, perhaps things would have been different. Who knows? But you wanted this princess life, knowing that you ain't no damn princess. And now you're crying because you want people to hate Marwa. You want people to despise him for what he did to you, even though this man built you. Imagine. Because you want them to now start to give you money. That's what you want. Your pity story. That's the only hope you have. That one little pity story. Because there are no other pity stories that you have that you can throw at them. They don't care about your childhood. They don't. So your cash cow right now is your baby. Isn't that unfortunate, Rocio? That every single month you're going to bring this stuff up so that these people can feel sorry for you. Let's move on. She talks about, how she says she's not healed. Okay? She's not healed because she's pissed about how he abandoned her during childbirth. And, I am going to say that he was wrong for doing that. I'm not going to sit here and say, he's had all right to do that. He was wrong for doing that. But it happened, and you cry about it a million times. Shut up now and stop crying about it, okay? Move on. Simple. Simple as that. She needed to put herself back on track for her career. It took her 1 year to be herself again. She died to become a new version of herself. I can't. I listened to her and the way she spoke. And I remember Marwa saying he wanted 10 kids. And Rocio knew she couldn't give Marwa 10 kids. And I'm pretty sure that they discussed all of this before she even moved to Kenya, or decided to settle in Kenya. She knew she didn't want 10 kids. Just the way she's talking. Rocio has one child. One child. And Rocio is complaining 24/7 about how broken she is and how her body this and that. You know, and I've been saying this for a while, and I think perhaps she watches reactors when we said the other day, just recently, that Rocio is pretending as if she's not a mother. And I think it's one of the reasons why she came out and did this video as well, talking about, you know, she has changed and she's a mother now and she's a completely different person. No, you are not, Rocio. You wish you had your old life, because you could have walked away easily with your old life and go back to Mexico or travel or go somewhere else and still have the subscribers follow you while you're traveling, and you would have been able to make more money and do more things, do your singing as well. But you have a child now, so you can't do that. You're limited to the things that you can do. So no, I'm sorry, I don't think you're embracing this motherhood. No, it's one of the reasons why you're out here crying every single day. Because if you were, you would just go on with your life and be happy. But you're a very sad and miserable person at the moment. You are. And you will continue to be, because that's the type of spoiled child that you are. Always putting the blame on someone else. You are responsible for your life. You're an adult. No one else is responsible for you but your life. You chose to go to Kenya. That was your decision. You chose to open your legs without protection and get pregnant. That was on you. That was not on Marwa. He told you several times that he didn't want to get married. He said that. Or he wanted more than one wife. Many, many times he told you. That should have been your hint. After the party, you take your little bag that you came with, your little Georgie bundle, and head back to Mexico. But no, your greedy AZZ saw a huge villa and you thought that you were going to be queen in the village with all your servants. And it didn't work out for you. So now you are big mad. Blaming everything on Marwa. I'm sorry. That is not fair. It is not. Those are some of the things she was saying. How, you know, she left Mexico, went to Africa with an open heart to build a family. You didn't even get to know the damn man. Didn't get to know the man. You too quick. You too fast. You open your leg too fast. Learn to keep your legs shut. She is unstoppable after giving. She says now she is the strongest woman in the world, because after giving birth, she is unstoppable. And she's the strongest woman in the world because she's the only woman in the world with a child whose husband abandoned her. Well, fake husband abandoned her during birth, and she was still able to give that birth to the child. I guess that's what she meant, because I don't know what she's talking about, that she's the strongest woman in the world. I do not know.
It really made me stronger. No way. I know I'm the strongest in the world. There's no way that I don't believe that anymore. After giving birth alone, I'm the strongest in the world, you know?
Now, this is something that she said that ticked me off. When she said she built this garage by herself.
It's just, I feel unstoppable after that, you know? I feel unstoppable. And all the things, you know, I built this place when I was 37 weeks pregnant. I built this entire place, you know? I just pushed myself so hard to do a lot of things. And I don't really talk. I mean, I know many of you have seen the journey, and maybe you haven't. But yes, I built this place almost from scratch. Let's say it was 20% done. The rest I built it in 1.5 months or 2 months. And I was 37 weeks pregnant. Well, not 37. I was between I arrived in Argentina when I was 28 weeks. And the rest of that, I just moved here. I moved here, and 10 days later, Maisha was born in this place. So I also noticed how how much I can achieve also, when I'm determined.
And she was showing the place that she built by herself. Now, if there are new subscribers to her channel who are not familiar with I Am Marwa, and knowing that I Am Marwa was really there in Argentina for like 6 months and was really helping her to clean up that junkyard, come on, they would believe her. And the way she said it, oh, she built it when she was pregnant and was what, 36 weeks, how many weeks, I can't even remember how many weeks. She said like 9 months. She built it when she was ready to have baby. Like 1 week before she had baby, she was building the garage all by herself. Imagine. Liar. You're a liar, Rocio. Why? Why do you lie like that? Marwa was right there helping you. And now I don't know if he gave you money because he is cheap, but he was helping you to beg for money for that garage, number one. And it was his subscribers who helped you to build that garage. His subscribers, they help you. So he helped you one way or the other. Give him credit for that. He was also outside with Mr. Louis painting. I saw him and Mr. Louis helping. You didn't build that by yourself. Stop being evil. You're an evil woman. An evil woman. I don't care who disagree with me. I don't like you. I don't like Mother Parasite. I do not. Because I realize that she's an evil, evil person. How could you lie like that to your subscribers? And they sat there and they didn't, a lot of them didn't say anything, just a few of them. Because it seems like she's pulling away, taking a lot of I Am Marwa subscribers. Yeah, they're really feeling her and loving her. They are. But that was a big lie because Marwa helped. He helped her. And he stayed there for 6 months with her. 6 months. A lot of men would have been like, I'm going back to Africa. And, a lot of men would have stayed for 3 months and then say, listen, I'm going back to Kenya. And, then I'll come back and pick you up, or whenever the child is good to come over, you guys can come over. Seriously, there are men who would do that. But I heard that he was trying to get the Argentinian passport, and that's why he stayed that long. So you never know. I don't know the story. Maybe one day Rocio will come out and tell us the truth and tell us the full story and why he didn't get the passport. Her life was at a standstill because she got knocked up. Yes, it was her responsibility why your life was your responsibility why your life was at a standstill. You chose gold digging over your so-called career. That's what you did. Okay? Your career was gold digging because that's what you went to Kenya for. To gold dig. And Marwa didn't have any gold. He just have stones in the river. Anyway, many people many people cheered her on, and some of them shed a tear because, of course, I don't know how they understand her, because I took that information from the transcript and it was all over the place because of how she speaks. It doesn't make sense. So some of the stuff you have to kind of put it together for it to make sense. But many of the subscribers were cheering her on, telling her, yes, we saw how badly he treated you and all that kind of stuff. And yes, he did. He didn't treat her right. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, he treated her right and it was her fault. No, he did not treat her the way a man is supposed to treat a woman. But that is his personality. And I said this so many times, that she wants someone who is lovey-dovey. Oh, baby, baby. That's the type of man she wants, affectionate man. And he was never that. And she even said that she's training him like how you train a dog. And I said, you can't train an old dog tricks. You can't. It's not in him. Marwa has been the type to just knock you up. Knock you up. And after he knock you up, that's it. Hey, see you later. And tomorrow, if he wants some again, he come back and he knocks you up. That's the type of man he is. He's not romantic, okay? He's not. But you thought you could change him. So that's on you. That is on you, darling. Don't blame him for all of this. Both of you are wrong. You can't just blame him and say everything is because of him. Your entire life is ruined. My life is ruined because of Marwa. I don't have my singing career anymore. I was supposed to go on tour with Shakira and Ricky Martin. And I don't have my singing career because I got knocked up in Kenya. And I now have a baby, and I now have a different version of myself. It's not the same version. A different version. I'm serious, guys. This is exactly what this woman was saying. It's exactly what she was saying. Anyway, there are some people who, left a few negative comments. Some of them were upset that she was pinpointing or pointing fingers at Marwa, saying that he really ruined her life, because this is basically what she was saying. The bottom line is that's what she was saying, okay? He ruined her life. I hope one day he will have the opportunity to know his father and not the version you tell him. That's what someone wrote on our comment section. In other words, they're saying that one day Rocio is going to tell Matoto all this stuff about his father, especially the part where he abandoned her during delivery. Yeah, that's what they're saying. And I think that she will. And even if she doesn't, all of this is out there on a public domain. Don't you think that one day this child is going to grow up and watch these videos, and he's going to see all of this? His mother blaming his father, and he's going to realize, my God, and I was only 1 year old when my mom took me away from my dad, and because he treated her that badly in Kenya, and she had to run away. History is repeating itself. I am Marwa. History is repeating itself, because that's what your mother, con mom, did to your biological father. This very same thing. Poisoned your mind. Poisoned your mind about him. Tell you all sorts of negative things about him. Rocio is going to do the same to Mototo. Okay, the very same thing. In fact, is on, videos. When he grows up, he's going to see it. Unless she deletes them before he gets older. Sad to say. This other person says, Nofa unu we a chat. Unu man or husband never was with unu when unu give birth. So why Rocio a carry this grudge all her life? This is a Jamaican, so that's why I read it in Patois. He wrote it in Patois. Okay. So I guess this guy was saying this because, like I said, a lot of the subscribers were cheering Rocio on and saying bad things about Marwa, saying, yes, Marwa treated her badly. They were like giving Rocio the pity that she really wanted. So this is why this guy was saying this. Why she doesn't tell people that it's because of Marwa she could remodel the little place she in. Did she went to Africa rich? In life, there is ups and downs in relationship. But if you love your partner, you talk it over and you move on. Why on social media? When she went to Africa, why she never brought condom and birth control? True Jamaican. Big up yourself, whoever you is here. Big up yourself, because this is the same thing I said. It's the friggin' same thing I said. Even when people were pressuring her to get pregnant, she should have said, I'm not ready to get pregnant, and get to know him first. At least 1 year. 1 year, she would have realized that this man is not for her, and she would have left. Well, probably not, because she was still hoping. She was still hoping. Another person says, how can you feel abandoned, Rocio, when so many persons were in the room? You had a midwife and both parents and your partner. Most women, when giving birth, only have one person other than the professionals in the room. In one of your videos, you said you asked your partner to leave the room after 20 hours of labor. So you cannot say you were abandoned. That is an unfair statement. I hope you will heal eventually and find peace. Have you hit the like button yet? Hit that like button. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. If my content interests you, watch the ads to the end. Do not skip. I'm, I'm gonna knock one of you with this guitar. Do not skip the ads, okay? Don't skip the ads. She would rather have the man who got her pregnant in the room and not have her parents in that room. That's what I think. That's how some women are. Now, I would rather have my parents, to be honest, because men sometimes, some of them, when they see you going through all that pain, they can't handle it. They really can't. The men are like babies. They're like, a lot of them, not all of them. You know, I'm not going to generalize for people to come for me, but a lot of men, they're like babies. Take a look at when your husband is sick. Some of them, how do they act? Like a little child. Worse than you when you're sick. If they get the flu, they're worse than you. They can't handle this kind of stuff. They can't. Okay, but she wanted him there, I guess. You know, what can I say? This other person says, hello, Rocio. I've listened to your story. Everything you said, it's true. Becoming a mother, the hormones are a roller coaster to our bodies. I have experienced all those feelings as a mother. You're happy, sad, confused at the same time. I have been following you and Marwa for some time now. You guys have a wonderful boy, Maisha. And that's true, you know. Please give Maisha some credit. You guys were both new to this journey. You are blessed, have an adorable son and family. And that's just something good and beautiful came out of this. And I wish that, you know, she's saying that she accepted it, but I don't think that she fully accepts that, listen, I have a child. I think what is bothering her too as well is him growing up in Argentina, not together anymore, and this child is going to be in Argentina, and you know the racism in Argentina. You know, they're going to look at her and wonder, well, where's the daddy? And he's dark skinned and he's getting darker as he gets older. So perhaps she's not happy about that as well. And it's one of the reasons why the other day when this woman mentioned that, hey, you have a nice Spanish boy, she quickly corrected that person. Now, she is right to say that he's Argentinian. But of all the comments, she chose that one comment to respond to. She doesn't really respond to comments on her comment section, but she had to check that person. It wasn't about her not being right. She's 100% right, but she had to check that person because she doesn't want to, I think, associate the child to being Spanish or being black. No, she will not. People are saying that she ignored a lot of red flags, and she certainly did. She certainly did, you know, and we all know why she did it. But it kind of bothered me that she was just not giving a little bit of credit to Marwa, at least a little bit, because without Marwa, honestly, you wouldn't have those subscribers. But she constantly have been saying this for a very long time, like she would have been where she is right now without Marwa. She said that before. She said it before. She said it before. She's not a nice person. She's not a good person. I'm sorry. Anyway, let's move on to Dee Mwango, who also did her little TED Talk today. And I'm like, what is going on? All these people are out here doing TED Talks. What's up? all motivational speakers today? Like, seriously? Oh, and she was so articulate. And she was reading, by the way, from her notes that she had on the side of the computer. And so people were like, oh my God, you're so smart. Oh my God. Oh, the young girls would love you. They would love you. You're so smart. Oh, please. Dee is not that articulate. She was reading, okay? And perhaps Peter is the one who came up with that idea of her to do videos like that because people are tired of her outside pushing wheelbarrow, cutting wood and feeding chickens. And many people are saying, girl, no. Let me tell you something about black people. They see you doing that in a white man country and you didn't do it in your country. they're not going to be interested in watching that. That's how some black people are. They're like, girl, you're there doing being their slaves. That's what you're doing. No, 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 no. We don't want to see that. So many people are upset that she's there doing that. They're like, no, that's not you. We don't want to see that. Stop pretending. So today she came up with some topic about stop hating, stop holding on to your past, stop hating. Nobody really cares. What if you have these problems? So stop holding on to your past.
Okay, so today's topic, be better or be bitter. Okay. In today's world, we all have to strive to be better people. And some of the things I would advise you to do is stop living in your past life. Guys, everybody has a past, but can you tell me how the past looked like? Like, can you show me how the past looks like now? You can't. We all need to stop living our past life. Everybody has a past. It's so sad that a lot of things happen to you in the past. That stop living in your past. Focus on the future. Because the past is past. It has nothing to do with what you are today.
That was something, I think that was the topic, or stop living in your past life. Focus on your future. And I'm like, who live in their past life more than Dee and Marwa? Dee Mwango, who constantly, even before you made this video, you made another video about an hour earlier talking about how you guys grew up poor and how your parents had to take you to whatever, and this, that, and the next, and you guys slept on the floor and you didn't have shoes and all this kind of stuff. Come on, every single friggin' day, you and Marwa and Davy Jr. Every day, because that's how y'all get donations. That's what y'all cry on, to get donations. So what are you talking about? So she went on and lamented on that for an entire 30 minutes. Okay? And she was throwing jeers at reactors at the same time to talk about how they talk about her. Bitter people, don't remain bitter all your life, because these bitter people, they say stuff about her. They criticize her because she's doing good, and people don't think she deserves to be where she is. People lie using her name, bad mouthing her. What else she say? Their life is boring. They wake up every morning doing live stream thinking about her because their lives are boring. And if they talk about their own life, nobody will listen because their life is boring. D, we don't have drama in our life, okay? We don't, not anymore. Listen, I have backstories from my life that I could sit here and talk and tell people, and people will cry. I will tell you. But who am I to come here every single day with my sad stories from my childhood to talk about it? We're not like you, because only people who are looking for donations will do that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not going to come out here and do that, Dee. You're not the only one that had a past. In fact, I was much poorer than you growing up. I didn't go to private school, darling. My parents couldn't afford private school. I went to government school, a rough government school too. So you need to stop. So no, we're not out here talking about our lives because you give us shit to talk about. You make the same mistake 10 times. The same mistake. So we have to come here and we have to address it, and we have to talk about it. You say you learn from your mistakes. No, you do not. You go and make the same mistakes over and over. You keep buying man. How many times you gonna learn that, hey, you can't buy love? How many times? You keep buying man over and over, Dee Mwango. Come on, stop. You're right. People are more interested in you guys' chaotic lifestyle. We don't have chaotic lifestyle. We don't do drama and craziness over here. All right? So that's why you're getting talked about. None of us are over here by no MZungus who doesn't even want to kiss. Who would leave, not even honeymoon, and he packed his bag and left and talk about he's going to go do video. The same man who said that he was not interested in doing YouTube is now out there on the road doing YouTube. Imagine. The same man who said he didn't like to travel. And we're seeing these things and talking about it. Oh, please, shut up. When you see someone striving, you need to support them and encourage them. And when you see someone who needs help, you need to stop and help these people. How many people in the village did you help? You told them they couldn't even record you. You remember when that girl in Jamaica asked you to help her with her YouTube, just to show her, you know, what to do, how to start the YouTube. You remember the girl who reacted on you, who you told it was going to cost her $500. That's what you told the Jamaican girl. $500 for you to help her. Who have you been helping, Dee? No one. You've only been helping yourself. So shut up. Shut your trap. Shut up. Oh, please. Then she went on to talk about, oh, living a healthy lifestyle and take pride in living a healthy lifestyle and exercise and all those stuff. And she just went on with a bunch of nonsense like, oh, please. And to be confident, be delusional in a positive way. Live your true, authentic life. Don't do things to please others. Dee Mwango. How many times have you done things to please others? Come on, right now where you are, you're doing what you're doing to please the people in Poland. Whatever they're doing, cutting wood, feeding chicken and all those things, that's not you, darling. You are doing those things to please those people. When you used to take helicopter ride and buy $900 dresses and $300 shoes to show off on YouTube. Now you're coming here doing pep talk, telling people, don't do those things. Live your authentic self like me. I'm living my authentic self. No, your whole life is fake. You've been fake your entire life and you will remain fake. And it's not like we're jealous. I am proud of you that you are whatever, young, 30 years old, and you're building and you're doing all these things and you're trying to accomplish all these goals. Yes, we are proud of you. But when you make your little mistakes and you keep repeating them over and over, we're going to talk about it. You're not going to stop us from talking about it. We're going to talk about it, darling. So you can come here and bitch about it all you want. We do not care. We're going to talk about it, mama. You can come here and cry about it all you want and tell us that we need to stop talking about people and it's jealousy. It's not no jealousy. Nobody jealous of you because your life you have. Who wants to have that life? I even saw a Jamaican guy reacting on you. A Jamaican guy. Vibes, I can't remember his name. Vibes something. The guy was reacting on you, Dee Mwango. And he talked about Polish men and how he knows about Polish men and how this guy is just swinging you and you can't see it. But that is your life, okay? It's not my life. I don't care if he swing you, but I'm just going to talk about it because we're reactors and we're going to talk about it. Anyway, that's all, basically all what she run on today with is nothing that I want to even discuss, to be honest with you. All right, it was just a bunch of nonsense. She ran out of content, and so basically what she's doing is doing things to try to bring her views up because her views are really, really bad, really, really bad. She's trying different things, and I don't see anything wrong with that. If your views are down, you have to play with the algorithm to see what is going to work for you because she is stuck where she is right now. She can't travel. She can't do much. She's hoping to get her temporary documents within 3 months so she can go back to Africa, allegedly. So, and yeah, allegedly, words on the street. So we'll see if that happens. Outside of that, she can't travel. She can't go anywhere. She can't do anything. She's just stuck there. It's winter. What else is she going to do but feed the chickens in the yard? She can't go anywhere, and her man left her and gone somewhere else. What is she going to do? She's alone in Poland with nothing to do, and her subscribers are not watching her because they all went over to Pedro's channel because he's more interested. It's the same thing they did with Marwa. They run over to Rocio's channel. These people ain't loyal. But she's the one who told them go subscribe. Only so many hours in the day. I tell people this. Only so many hours in the day. If you're not interested and putting interesting things out there and make people like you, guess what? You're going to get left behind. You know, this is how views are. Some people, their views go up and go down. Mine's up right now, but it can go down at any time. You know, that's just how it is. You just have to balance. So I guess that's what she's doing, trying different things. I can't knock her for that. Let's talk about Marwa. Yeah, no, this video is going to be too long. I will talk about Marwa tomorrow because there's nothing really much to say about Marwa. He hasn't been calling Rocio. They had a fight on the phone allegedly recently, and you notice that he hasn't called her his wife 24/7 in his videos. So it's because they had a fight. Yeah, and he realized that she's not coming back because he thought that she was really coming back. He was trying to convince her really to come back, but he realized that she's not going to come back, at least not right now. She's trying to figure things out on her own and see if she can make some money on her own, and if she can, then she doesn't need him because he was only there for her to build a better life. And if she can do that on her own with the subscribers that he gave her, then she's not going to go back to him. So that's why he's not calling her wife anymore. He says he's going to travel soon. We don't know to where. We don't know how he's going to leave all the horses, especially the sick horse that is pregnant and all the other horses that are pregnant, and he's supposed to be bringing more horses in. Who's going to take care of all these horses? This man something is wrong with his head. I'm telling you, because there is no way. You don't even have enough land to feed the horses that you have, and you have all the horses pregnant right now, and then, well, all the female horses, and then you want to bring more horses in. Something is wrong with his head. He also said that one of his friends, and I know who this friend is, it's allegedly Big Mac, you know, the guy in Brooklyn who perhaps has the grocery store from Grenada, the big donor. He said that Big Mac asked him to, you know, round up a few boys so that he can bring them over to Grenada to work in the farm. So let me ask you something, Mr. Big Mac. Mr. Big Mac, if it's you, I'm going to say allegedly. If it's you, because I know you're from Grenada, okay? If it's you, are there no Grenadians there to work in the farm? Why do you need to bring boys over from Africa? I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, if you're going to pay them and pay them well, I see nothing wrong with importing people from Africa for farm working purposes. If you're going to pay them, nothing is wrong with that, guys. Nothing is wrong with that. People do that all the time. People bring people from Jamaica to Florida to cut sugar cane, pick apples, pick oranges, to do farm work. So if he can get those guys over there in Grenada, you know, take some African guys or some Kenyan guys over to Grenada to do farm work and pay them very well, then I see absolutely nothing wrong with that. Let's hope he is not like I am Marwa, who does not pay his employees. That's all I'm going to say, and I'm going to leave that right there. So those are some of the things that he mentioned today in his video. He talked a lot about the sick horse, and I'm not even going to get into that. You know, not going to get into any sick horse stuff. That's about it. There was some begging Jamaican woman who called him to beg the other day, and as I mentioned, that the woman didn't sound like a Jamaican, and even if she was a Jamaican, that was a Florida number. Why can't she fix her own house? There was another lady who was complaining that Marwa turned her away from the gate, and she was Marwa's faithful positive reactor, and Marwa chased her from his gate. And I think that she was wrong for showing up at someone's house, and all those other people showing up at Marwa's house, they're all wrong. But what do you expect when Marwa says on live camera that he is the type of man and has the type of audience that when he asks them to help someone, they come true for him. If he asks them for 30,000 US dollars, they will send him 30,000 US dollars. So when you go on a live program or YouTube or whatever, or interview, and you say these things, expect people to show up at your gate. It's like you saying, I have a whole lot of free things to give away. You don't think people are going to come to your house? So I blame Marwa. He created this on himself. The people are wrong for showing up, but at the same time, he created this on himself because people are out there just sending him money. The minute he calls someone over and say, come to my channel, what is your name? What is your problem? Tell the people your problem. And then he asks the people to help them. People, even today I saw someone say they are sick of it. Like he's pushing his audience too much every single day. It's beg, beg, beg. They are sick of it. But what are we gonna do? Beat a dead horse? Come on, man. We've talked about this over and over. Marwa's not gonna change. He's a professional beggar. Marwa and his entire family, they are professional beggars, okay? Thank you for watching. Don't forget to watch the ads at the end of this video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If my content interests you, hit the like button and leave your comments in the comment section. See you soon. Ta-ta.